The Nürburgring endurance layout, famously nicknamed the Green Hell, stands before a driver who's undoubtedly overestimating their abilities today. Qualifying begins with a bang, or rather, the quiet shuffle of a car starting in 14th. An unpromising position, but hey, miracles happen. Somehow, our driver stumbles into 10th place. Clearly, the competition decided to take a collective nap. At the first turn, they miraculously claw their way into 8th, proving that even a broken clock is right twice a day. And then into 7th. Up ahead, chaos unfolds as a Mercedes-AMG goes full drama queen and oversteers into oblivion. Our driver, ever the opportunist, glides into 6th, probably thinking they're a genius. Then, like a scene from a slapstick comedy, a Jaguar driven by Jimbo spins out. And thanks to the ghosting feature, because let's be honest, luck is on their side, our driver sneaks into 5th. On top of that, another AMG falters, likely from the sheer intimidation of our driver's absolute mediocrity. That's how they slide into 4th place. But make no mistake, this is less about skill and more about sheer avoidance of catastrophe. Ahead, the Porsche, piloted by someone named Ghost, commands the straight. With all the stealth and grace of a bowling ball, our driver closes the gap and makes the pass. They're now in 3rd, but judging by their sweaty palms, you'd think they just unlocked the secrets of the universe. Yet Ghost lingers, stalking our hero like an unpaid parking ticket. Thrill of the chase. Our driver finds themselves in hot pursuit of first place, a car that somehow defies all logic and maybe gravity. It's a nail-biter, or it would be, if first place wasn't cruising along like it's got all the time in the world. As the gap narrows, it's not so much an adrenaline-packed duel as it is a slow-motion catch-up. A bit like watching someone fast-walk on an airport moving walkway. Still, persistence pays off. With each corner, first place looms larger in the windshield, and the underdog spirit kicks into high gear. For the viewers, this is either a masterclass in strategy or the scenic route to an overtake. If you've got the patience, stick around and see the drama unfold. Or skip ahead. You'll get to the action quicker than this chase progresses. Ah yes, the infamous carousel. The Nürburgring's polite way of saying, we hope you like back pain. Most drivers approach it like a wrecking ball, bouncing out in dramatic fashion. Our hero, however, manages something truly special. A lap that is neither flawless nor catastrophic. Sure, it wasn't the smoothest entry or the tittiest exit, but let's celebrate the real victory here. No crashes, no drama, and no furious tire squeals questioning life choices. In the world of the Nürburgring, that's practically a triumph. As the next section of the track unfolds, our hero starts closing the gap to the car ahead. How, you ask? Excellent driving? Precise cornering? Nope, just blind dumb luck and the undeniable fact that the other drivers might be more distracted than they are. Every apex is hit with the precision of someone throwing darts blindfolded. Yet somehow the lap times are tumbling. It's as though the Nürburgring gods are watching and saying, all right, we'll let you have this one. now in attack mode or what passes for it. Our hero barrels through the track with all the grace of a cat chasing a laser pointer. It's chaotic, it's messy, but against all odds, it's working. The gap to the next car shrinks with every corner, thanks to a combination of physics, divine luck, and an alarming disregard for proper braking technique. And just like that, they're back in the fight. Meanwhile, the leader, a VW Beetle, yes, really, trips up with a slowdown penalty, in what can only be described as the automotive equivalent of stealing candy from Baby. Our driver swoops into first place. Oh, the irony! Remember this moment and this Beetle because it makes the ending hilarious. Outlap is done, and frankly, no one wants to sit through another few minutes of cornering decisions that barely qualify as interesting. So, rather than subject our audience to a lap that was more functional than exciting, the video jumped straight to the part that actually matters, the results. Times flash up on the screen, and hold on, surely this must be an error, a glitch, a mistake in the timing system. But no, it's real. And so, as we prepare for the race, we must acknowledge the reality of this moment. The Nürburgring has once again proven unpredictable, and our hero has pulled off a result that no one saw coming, including them. And so, the race begins with our overachiever in pole position, and the rest of the pack practically foaming at the mouth to take them down. The chaos begins. The engines scream to life. The lights go out, and it's first place versus the world. A position our hero occupies with equal parts pride and disbelief. But hold on, folks, what's this? Out of the corner of your eye, you spot a familiar foe. A certain Mercedes AMG. Yes, the same diva from qualifying that spun off into oblivion in a dramatic display of overconfidence and tire smoke. The AMG makes its move, dive bombing inside like a seagull spotting a French fry. But our driver, clever as ever, slows down just enough to pull off a switcheroo. A move so slick it deserves its own highlight reel. But as you saw, the AMG didn't give up. It comes back for round two, reclaiming the inside line like a shopper fighting for the last TV on Black Friday. Don't worry, we'll edit that part out real. It'll make our driver look better. While our driver isn't exactly kissing AMG's rear bumper, they're close enough to ensure Mercedes is under constant surveillance. You can almost feel the AMG's anxiety radiating from the screen. Every corner approaches feels like a make or break moment, with our hero lurking ominously in the mirrors. The pressure is definitely on. The AMG starts to crack under scrutiny, turning in with the finesse of someone late to a dentist appointment. Tires squirm, brakes blow, and each apex is clipped with all the precision of a toddler coloring outside the lines. Meanwhile, our driver sits back just far enough to let the MG stew in its own discomfort, like a predator waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. And in a shocking twist, our driver snatches the lead back. But wait, it's too good to be true. With all the composure of a toddler in a candy store, they brake late and go flying into the sand, serving us the drama we truly came here for. Now, while one might assume the Beetle will be nothing more than background noise, this one has clearly decided today is the day it shocks the racing world. It's stalking our hero through the corners, sending a very clear message. Either speed up or prepare to be overtaken by something designed with kindness in mind. Now, deep into the technical section, our hero focuses on perfecting the racing line, but the Beetle has other plans. It looms in the mirrors, close enough to be considered an honorary passenger at this point. Every acceleration, every braking zone. It's there, watching, waiting, applying the kind of psychological pressure you'd expect from a horror movie villain. As we barrel toward the next twisty sector, our hero prepares to defend. The Beetle, on the other hand, is still refusing to go away, possibly fueled by sheer spite at this point. Nürburgring etiquette dictates that at some point, cars should realize when they've overstayed their welcome. But apparently, this Beetle didn't get the memo. As we blast one of the fastest sections of Nürburgring, you'd expect that the Beetle, being, well, a Beetle, might finally back off, give up, or at least consider minding its own business. But no, it's still there, hovering, lurking, refusing to acknowledge the laws of aerodynamics or common decency. However, while surviving the stubborn little menace, we've somehow clawed back time on a Mercedes-AMG that previously waltzed past us when we had our unfortunate encounter. The sandbox now begins a painfully slow climb back to glory. The carousel, a turn that's basically Nürburgring's version of a trust fall, becomes a stage for a heroic overtake. Our driver reclaims first, probably humming Eye of the Tiger under their breath. With the carousel conquered, our hero emerges triumphant, steering the Corvette into the next section of track with renewed focus and a sweet taste of revenge. Behind us, oh, it's a party. The AMG, still licking its wounds from being overtaken, is now being harassed by the Beetle, which seems delighted to have a new victim to terrorize. It's chaos in the mirrors as the Mercedes desperately tries to hold position while the Beetle sticks to its tail like chewing gum on a shoe. Up front, our Corvette glides through the technical section, finally getting a moment to breathe. But this is a Nürburgring, and moments of peace are fleeting. The AMG and Beetle duo are still very much in pursuit, turning this into an unlikely three-way drama that feels like the automotive equivalent of a sitcom's most chaotic episode. As we rocket down the last stretch, our Corvette is finally granted a gift rarely bestowed by the Nürburgring. A small gap. For the first time in what feels like hours, our hero feels a weight lift off his shoulders. There's space, there's breathing room, there's a sweet, fleeting taste of relief. We think, I can finally relax. Lap 2 begins with a rare, fleeting moment where it looks like our hero might actually have a Nürburgring figured out. The car is sort of kind of on the racing line, and the braking points are hit with something that vaguely resembles accuracy. But let's not get carried away. It's not mastery, it's survival. Corners are approached with the hesitant confidence of someone trying to park a supercar outside a McDonald's drive-thru without embarrassing themselves. Sure, it's faster than lap 1. But that's a low bar when your first lap looked like you were on a scenic tour of Germany. Miraculously, we crossed the line with a new race best time. And frankly, no one's more shocked than the driver. It's the kind of lap you show your friends not because it's good, but because it didn't include any major crashes or moments where you almost rejoined the track upside down. The Mercedes-AMG claws its way back into contention, barreling toward the S-turns with all the enthusiasm of someone who thinks they've got this completely under control. Spoiler alert, they don't. They dive into the first corner before you can say expensive mistake. The AMG overshoots the entry and gracefully plows into the grass. It's a moment that feels less precision racing and more lawn care enthusiasts trying to audition for NASCAR. Just when you think the AMG might recover from its grassy detour, it approaches the exit of the S-turns with the kind of overconfidence that led to its earlier mishap. And then it happens, a spin, a full-blown, tire-smoking pirouette that launches the car off course like it's auditioning for Cirque du Soleil. The AMG snaps sideways, and before it can even think about fixing its trajectory, it's heading straight for the wall with all the grace of a cow on roller skates. Meanwhile, we press on, completely oblivious of calamity unfolding behind us. As far as we're concerned, we just pulled off an incredible gap, leaving the AMG gasping for air. Turns out, the reality only hits later when the replay shows us the full story. Pure chaos we never even noticed. The high-speed section before the carousel. A moment that promises thrilling velocity paired with a healthy dose of existential dread. We floor it, fully committed to the straight, enjoying the rare sensation of our Corvette behaving like it's supposed to. But just as the speedometer climbs to numbers that can make a jet jealous, a thought creeps in. How bad is the chaos behind us? It's time for the obligatory glance at the mirrors. Despite the satisfying sight of the small gap we've managed to open, the sheer absurdity of what's following us warrants a second glance. Did I really just outrun a Mercedes, fend off a Beetle, and survive a Supra? The answer is yes, but not for long. Nürburgring reality is always waiting in the wings, ready to remind us that victory is fleeting and disaster is eternal. As we glide into the next section, something unusual happens. We have space. Glorious, uninterrupted space. No buzzing Beetle, no drama-inducing rivals. Just clear track ahead and a comforting gap behind. It's the Nürburgring equivalent of finding a quiet corner at a busy party. Rare, fleeting, and completely to be savored. Of course, in the back of our minds, we know it won't last, but for now, we'll take the win. As we approach the Nürburgring's final straight, the Corvette hits peak performance, roaring with the confidence of an athlete about to break a record. The speedometer climbs, the lap timer ticks down, and everything feels glorious. In the mirrors, nothing, absolutely nothing. The Beetle has vanished, seemingly resigned to irrelevance, and for a moment, we let ourselves believe we've shaken off its relentless, buzzing pursuit. Crossing the line, we set our best lap time yet, a triumph we're celebrating. Even if it feels like there's always a tiny Beetle-shaped asterisk attached to our success. Victory? Yes. Peace? Not a chance. The Nürburgring never forgets. As we approach the Nordschleife, something feels different. There's a presence, a slight but unmistakable sensation, pressure looming just behind us. It's the Beetle. Of course it's the Beetle. Small, persistent, and determined, like the annoying fly that just won't leave her picnic alone. We don't even need to check the mirrors to know it's there. We can feel it, hanging in the air like the sound of impending doom. Every corner we approach, the Beetle inches closer, daring us to make a mistake. It's less of a rival at this point and more of a psychological tormentor, reminding us that no matter how fast we go, it's somehow always there. The Nordschleife, unforgiving as ever, seems to enjoy this cruel little game. The Beetle doesn't need raw speed to haunt us. It just needs persistence. It's got that in spades. We grip the wheel a little tighter, pushing the Corvette to fend off the menace behind. The racing line becomes our lifeline as every turn becomes a battle between maintaining composure and succumbing to the pressure. The Beetle is relentless, staying close enough to make us sweat, but far enough to make overtaking seem like a distant threat. Yet still it lurks, a small, cheerful shadow you can't quite shake. Coming down through the S turns, everything feels under control, until it doesn't. The Corvette decides that quite enough of this sticking to the track business, and gracefully veers off into grass. It's not a full-blown disaster, mind you, but more of an awkward stumble, like tripping on your own shoelaces while trying to look cool. The tires protest, the grass flies, and for a brief moment, we're less racer and more off-road enthusiasts. The mistake is all the encouragement the Beetle needed. It's now glued to us, sticking so close that you'd think it was magnetized to our bumper. Its cheerful round shape might look harmless, but at this range, it feels like a relentless predator closing in. Every corner ahead now carries the added pressure of shaking off the Beetle before it tries something audacious. Post-carousel stretch, where the Nürburgring whispers softly. You thought you could relax? How adorable. This section demands razor-sharp precision, relentless focus, and just a sprinkle of fear-induced adrenaline. Corners approach faster than your regrets, and every crest feels like it's been designed specifically to make your stomach contemplate new racetrack options. There's no margin for error. Blink, and the track will happily hurl you into a metaphorical ditch, and possibly a literal one too. No time to check the Beetle now, but it's out there, lurking, plotting, like an uninvited dinner guest who always shows up just as dessert is served. For now, we pretend it's nowhere near us, because acknowledging its persistence will only make the stretch more stressful. The Nürburgring doesn't care about your feelings, your nerves, or your plans for the weekend. This section proves that, demanding every ounce of concentration, while it cackles somewhere in the distance. There's no glory here, just survival and the hope that whatever fresh nightmare comes next won't involve another lap, the Beetle glued to your bumper. As we tear down the final straight at the end of lap 4, the Corvette is giving it everything it's got. The engine growls, the tires grip, and for a brief moment, it feels like we've conquered the Nürburgring, or at least survived it. But then comes a reality check. The mandatory pit stop looms ahead, like an unavoidable dentist appointment we forgot about. End of lap 4 and it's pit stop time. Naturally, our driver barrels like a bull in a china shop, knocking over cones like it's a sport. Upon exit, they pull off a rookie move, cutting across the pit line, earning a 3-second penalty that might as well be a slap to the face. Fresh tires, full of grip, promise, and potential, also full of lies if you're not using them. As we charge into the S-turns of the Nürburgring, the Corvette feels different, twitchy, unfamiliar. It's like swapping your old, comfy shoes for brand new ones that look amazing, but somehow manage to trip you up every 5 seconds. We've clawed our way back from our earlier grass and ball adventure, only to realize that peace was never an option. The Beetle, small, cheerful, yet deeply committed to ruining our day, is back, closing in as we approach the notorious sandbox turn. It's like it knows. It senses weakness. It remembers what happened last time, and it's fully prepared to watch it happen again. The final stretch approaches, and the Beetle, because of course it's a Beetle, smells blood. Our driver, clinging to a pitiful 2-second lead, watches helplessly as the penalty takes effect. In a flash, the Beetle speeds past, snatching victory and leaving our driver with the consolation prize. Second place and a bucket full of regret. Funny how the tables turn. The race ends and the lesson is clear. Practice pit entries and exits. But hey, at least they've got a shiny silver medal to show for their efforts. Better luck next time, champ.